Well, there's so much going on over the weekend.
Hmm.
What with £3.4 billion becoming £34 billion. Have you heard about that one?
Yeah, yes.
Well, I'm not going to dwell upon it. Although there is an obvious reason why
Yeah.
that that situation has arisen,
Mm.
and it doesn't put neither the British Prime Minister nor his speechwriter in very good light. But that's for another time.
Right.
You know,
Well,
talk about.
when you start at ground zero. So-
Oh well.
yeah, yeah,
Uh, As I'll leave it for another time because the mainstream media is already picking the
yeah,
bones on the,
yeah,
and we'll just be just one more,
yeah.
you
Just
know.
another echo, isn't it? Yeah.
And I like to find these things off the beaten track, if you know what I mean. So
Well, yeah.
this little story, flew under the radar,
Mm.
right? And it's been on the go and kept secret for 15 years, and it involves the Royal Navy
Right.
and its nuclear submarines. Okay. So ignored have the armed forces been by all governments,
Hmm.
both sides of the house.
Mm.
It's becoming to be not fit for use, right? Uh, and putting in danger not only the sailors who are trying to protect the British Isles,
Mm.
but also the British Isles itself. Well, Scotland anyway.
Oh, well, okay.
Uh, Apparently, the Royal Navy uh, had leaked several times radioactive water into Loch Long in Scotland at their Coalport weapons depot. The radioactivity came from nuclear warheads, and the nuclear bit leaked through burst pipes, which were badly corroded. Right. This is coming from the Scottish Environment Protection Agency.
Okay. So official agency. Okay.
So this armaments depot supplies the Trident submarines, just so that you know.
Hmm.
This Scottish Environment Protection Agency said that most of their pipes were past their sell-by dates when the leaks occurred. So all of the pipes running through that carry this waste or carry this material, they're all. It's not just one.
No, I don't
It's not
have it. Yeah.
just one off. Uh, the first happened in 2010 and two times in 2019.
Dear.
They said in August of 2019, a warhead processing area was flooded and contaminated water went through an open drain directly into this Loch Long,
Hmm.
which could make a little tiny fish this
I was
big
going to say,
into a huge Loch Ness monster
yeah.
or a Loch Long monster. That'll bring the tourists in.
Well, I was going to say, I was just, yeah, I'll not speak well. I just thought in a minute, yeah.
They also said that levels were low,
Mm.
right? Which is okay, but that should have been like the canary in the coal mine.
Mm.
That should have been like a warning, you know, that this is happening. There followed another two pipe bursts in 2021.
Okay.
Now, released Navy documents revealed, and these documents were really difficult to get hold of. They had to get hold of. Uh, they were got hold of through the Freedom of Information,
Yeah.
you know, and the Ministry of Defence fought tooth and nail to keep them secret.
Oh,
But anyway,
yeah.
they had to release them,
Yeah.
uh, and they revealed that there was another 12 nuclear incidents at
Mm.
Faslane Royal Navy submarine base
Mm.
since 2023
Right.
that could have released radioactive substances. Right, so it's like a sieve
Mm.
place.
Oh, okay. Right.
So both Faslane and Coalport there are two sites at His Majesty's Naval Base at Clyde, right? So the HMNB at Clyde
Mm,
is basically it's becoming not fit for purpose because of all of these accidents. Now it's
mm,
either that it needs an upgrade and they just don't have the money to upgrade it, or the management at the place is so, and we can't really blame it on the um this, what is it, this equal equity,
no, they can't. Yeah, yeah,
because it's been going on since 2010,
yeah,
and this equity crap has been only going on a couple of years.
yeah, yeah,
So you know, and of course it's all been kept under wraps until
yeah.
recently,
Mm,
you know. So it makes you think of what's happening at other places as well, because I don't think that Clyde is the only. Well,
mm,
firstly, it's not the only nuclear submarine base. There are three of
yeah,
them,
yeah,
and I imagine they were all built at the same time,
yeah, yeah.
more or less,
It's suggestive. Yeah,
right? And you put all that together with the Royal Navy not having enough sailors to man the ships that they've got,
mm,
and you can see that it's becoming more of a danger within
mm.
than it is with a danger without.
Yeah, okay.
So I'll let you mull over that one.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, not annoyingly, but yeah, there's people I could actually inquire with. Well, yeah, expert, or people who have worked in the field who could probably give me a bit more background on this. But maybe I'll do a follow up a bit later, or
Mm.
put it on our community notes or something if I find out more information on this. Um, but yeah, it's okay. There's been a leak. Um, it might be within tolerable parameters, as it were. Yeah. Um, I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's ideal, but it's probably not something that set people off on a panic. Um, I mean,
Have you listened to what I said?
yeah. Well, you said there was a
It's
leak.
not one leader. It
Eh?
wasn't just one leader.
This wasn't once. Okay. Now this is the
If
point
it
I'm
was
making. But
if
it
it,
happened once.
if
Yeah.
if it happened once, only once,
Yeah.
then our conversation would be another.
Yeah.
But
But
this has been kept secret. It's been kept secret, and it's
yeah.
been a repeated occurrence
Yeah. I
over
know.
the last years.
Yeah. I mean, one would hope that they're actually monitoring the conditions of the water, that it isn't above. I mean, you're probably going to have some background radiation around these facilities anyway, the nature of it. And yeah, hopefully it's within intolerance, as we would say in
Yeah.
engineering.
Well,
Yeah.
now you use the word hope. We would hope that they,
Well, I mean, yeah.
you
Else
know,
we else as you said, we could be dealing with malformed big fish or something. Yeah.
yes. Well,
Or fish man comes and walks off onto the actually, it could solve the mariner crisis. You know, you've suddenly got this new breed of ready-made seamen. You know,
when
um,
Marine Boy
yeah,
comes into reality.
yeah, or multiples of them suddenly appear on shore. Hey, do you want a job? The MOD will keep any incidents very quiet. Yes, we know this from past things. I mean, yeah, unless you have two ships collide or something else like that, that tends to make a big prang. They normally try and keep internal incidents quiet. Yeah. And remembering they make all their staff from your squaddy or from your able seaman right up to the commander sign a bit of paper that says, I will stay stum. Yeah.
The
Um,
very reason, sir, I bring the subject up and
yeah.
reveal all.
Yeah. Well, um, there's good reason for that. You can't have a mass panic. But it, it's, hang on. I would imagine that like you say, the Scottish Environmental Agency have released it. Now they must be monitoring the water and would say if it was beyond acceptable levels. Yeah. I mean, these places are isolated. And okay, now the other thing that I know you're trying to get onto about the funding of the military, it's not the biggest shock when we know that the military can't afford anything, have been underfunded for years. And it's not only people in the UK that have been pointing this out, other other national leaders have been as well. Um, that yeah, the in peacetime people forget that it's a good idea to still have a military for all sorts of reasons, especially one that's defend our shores would be the main priority, which isn't even adequate for that, as we see on a daily basis, and let alone go and fight a conflict or do an action in a foreign land somewhere. Yeah, I mean, I know because I worked on infrastructure, not military, but I worked on infrastructure, and sometimes things are life expired, and it can sometimes be you operating on a wing and a prayer. What we have to remember is the military have probably always operated like that anyway. They will push things to the limit. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't need to be a specialist to understand.
Mm,
I mean, the condominium
mm,
where we live, right?
yeah.
The buildings that are of a certain age,
Mm,
where it's like taking one step, two steps forward, one step back.
yeah.
Because you have to. They're not new anymore,
No.
and so they are going to be deteriorating.
Mm,
And so you have to apply more care
yeah.
and attention to keeping them up to scratch.
Mm,
And it seems that the Navy hasn't been doing that for good or for bad. It's
yeah.
if they had been doing that, then
Mm.
these I imagine over 20 leaks over the past 15 years
Well, I mean,
wouldn't have happened.
I agree. If that happened, probably in the energy industry, the nuclear energy industry, there'd be all sorts of within the industry itself, all sorts of outcries. Um, I mean, this has come to light. It would be interesting to know what levels it is, the seriousness of it. I know you're talking it's serious, yeah. It's a serious incident, but
Well,
how?
even if it wasn't at dangerous levels,
Hmm. It
the
shouldn't be
fact that it
happening. I agree. Yeah,
there you are. There,
yeah.
you hit the
I,
nail right on the head there.
I agree. But as I said, I worked on infrastructures of transport and other things, and sometimes things are life expired, and you you watch it. I won't say on dangerous levels, but you go, yeah, we know it needs report. It's probably been. I mean, we don't know. It could be that this pipe has been reported 5 times as needing attention. Um, it may be that you got the commander screaming that he needs money for doing it, and again, all this gets hidden. Yeah, and let's be honest, the Ministry of Defence in Whitehall, um, and most defence ministers, as we all know, are probably not up to the job to be a minister of anything, let alone the defence, the country. Yeah, they're listening to the bean counters as opposed to the engineers. Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, probably a minister would just say, "Oh, this is pipe that needs repairing. That's all right. We'll just put some wadding around it." And it's a little bit more serious than needing some wadding or some tape or some waterproof taping or something. Yeah, yeah.
Like putting an elastoplast over a sliced open artery.
Well, that's it, and that's what that effectively is what's been happening. Um, I mean, and also there has been this cry for many years. Oh, the Navy is now outdated. It's not required, and that's been going on for 40 years. Yeah, remembering when the Falklands War took place, the Navy with the British Navy was all but mothballed because nobody thought it would ever be used again.
Well, I think it doesn't matter if it's relevant or not. If you're going to have it, then it shouldn't be left unkempt.
Well, I agree. I'm just saying realities. I'm not saying what should and shouldn't be. We know the problem. The fact this problem has happened is where it is. Yeah. Um, yeah, we know it's not where it should be. And Yeah, I mean, so I would hope that somebody has been picking this up. Um, they might go, somebody will delve deeper, and if you can get into the MOD files, and good luck to anyone that's tried to do that, because it's difficult enough to get requests for information out of the out the MOD, all their internal memos and everything else, and they're not going to release them because then they don't like admitting they've got a problem. Um,
Go on, go on.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I mean, okay, you come from a military thing. I know people in military. Yeah. I mean, okay, this is almost yet like a comedy show, you know. Oh, yes, Minister, this happened, but I wouldn't worry about it. Why not? When it's happened 4 times before and we haven't had any problems. Yeah. You could just imagine that kind of conversation going on. Yeah. And we don't worry about it anymore. I mean, I don't. I mean, obviously, if you're constantly releasing radiation into the atmosphere, you have a build-up, and eventually it'll become a problem. Like if you're releasing gases into water, eventually it builds up to a point and it goes bang. Yeah. Um, yeah. I mean, it's it is worrying. I mean, like you said, it's not just that the hopefully nobody's drinking this water, and which I very much doubt it'd be
Well,
available
I
drink.
don't, I don't know, I don't know what happens to the water if the lock water goes into water supply. I just don't know how it works in Scotland.
I think it would be prevented from it, given the locality it has to a nuclear installation. That I think, yeah. Um,
You never know. You never know.
but there might be people going fishing in it, put out the old fish, so take it home. Well, no, it's fresh water. You wouldn't be eating it probably. But well, no, it would be a sea pool. It wouldn't be it would be a sea pool because obviously access to the um the sea would be required for a submarine pool. Yeah. It's like I say, and the fact it's come from where they load and offload nuclear weapons, by the sounds of it, yeah.
Yep.
And however that happens, um, that maybe there's some water that keeps. It's probably more about a coolant water that will keep nuclear weapons at a suitable temperature. By the sounds of it, I'm not an expert on this. I've never had any involvement. I'm thinking laterally on this. Yeah, it could be that. I mean, obviously they're going to be near it. Radiation, by its nature, it radiates out. Yeah, and I think you have to keep it a certain temperature, like you would a power station, to keep it optimum or safe temperature. I mean, that's it. That's why power stations are near seas because they bring in the seawater, swish it around a bit to keep the cooler, like on a car, and out again. Yeah, dissipate the heat. Yeah.
Well,
So
I think if we can look on the positive side, the fat admirals and those in charge, all their salaries are they're up to date. Yeah.
you're sounding almost like a modern Gilbert and Sullivan operette at the moment, you know. If
You
anyone else,
noticed.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's sort of yeah, it's the script to that, about being paid and everything else. The fat admirals, yes, yeah. Um, it is a um. I mean, I don't know. I mean, do they? I'm just going to jump it. Do the Americans have this kind of issue?
No idea.
There you go.
Because I mean, if the no, well, look, uh, if the you like you said, it's difficult to get the documents to prove either
Yeah,
one way or the other.
yeah.
The Americans, yes, they do have problems. Of course they do.
Mm,
Eventually, it does come to light.
mm.
But I'm not bothered about the US.
Well, I'm thinking US, French have got a nuclear fleet. Do they have the same problems of
Well,
underfunding?
if they do, then this whole world, could go up in a big plume of smoke.
Yeah. More worryingly, the Russians have nukes. Do they have a problem?
Do you know when you look? Do you know when you look at along a long road?
Yeah,
You look at a long road, especially in Australia,
yeah.
and the vision's all wobbly because of the heat.
Mm,
Well, when it becomes all wobbly because of the radiation,
mm.
you know,
I don't know if
as you go in,
radiation. Yeah.
as you go in balls.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm just thinking safety procedures around the world now. If it's happening to the UK, that's meant to be one of the main top military. Um,
You said another. You said another key word there. Meant to be.
More worryingly, across in China, they probably got the same problems. Yeah, they got a big fleet and not. Yeah, yeah. It's like any infrastructure, as you said. As it gets older, it gets more expensive to maintain.
That's right.
Almost to the point, it's more cost effective to supposedly rip it out and put in new.
Put a new one.
Um,
That's right.
but you can't just do that, especially if you're talking nuclear facilities, because you're going to be left with all this radioactive junk. Yeah, you can't just sort of store it up in a field in a yeah on a skip somewhere. It has to be disposed of. Bits so
Well, that's what the Navy's doing. It's called Lock Long.